Tim Connolly spitting or tripping by saying Ant is going to be an all-time great?
I think so. Is on his way. It's 23. Got a lot more games to play. You just got to figure it out. Have a good summer. Watch off the court stuff. Stay in the gym and win. Really, just got to win.
Yeah, back-to-back conference finals appearances. Obviously, he has not been able to get to the finals yet, but very impressive so early in his career.
Yeah.
So, Ken, do you think Ant-Man is going to be an all-time great when it's all said and done?
Don't know. 23, bro. Like, got off to a good start.
Yeah. So, but from what you've seen so far, is he trending in that direction?
What are we, like, individual accolades, or like what are we basing this on? I don't know. Like, has he come in and made a name for himself and has changed the trajectory of the Minnesota Timberwolves franchise for the future? Yes. To all-time greats, I'm not into putting that on people or giving people even to start to think that way. He's competitive. He does things within the game that a lot of people can't do. But all-time great talk, I tend not to partake in those conversations because it's a lot of variables.
Is that putting too much pressure on him as a 23-year-old to even start that conversation or put his?
That's fine if that's the words that Tim chose to use in his dialogue with the media, then great. I wouldn't have done it. I would have chose other words that probably was same meaning, but I would have chose a different way to word those to avoid that question. But good basketball player, but like I said the other day, it's just my thought process is, like I said the other day, it has nothing to do with everything that he said. As far as shooting and three, it has nothing to do with that.
Good, you know Tim Connolly's been around the league a long time.
Yeah, he's my ball boy.
He was your ball boy.
Very smart dude. Hey, when you say all-time great, what number is that?
That's
1 through what?
That's what I was going to ask you. What does that even mean? Do you think with top 5, top 10? It feels very vague saying an all-time great, but is his name a
top 70? Is top 75 all-time great? Top 100 all-time great?
You consider everybody in that top 75 to be all-time great.
You would have to be.
And then top 100,
because they put you on the 75 greatest basketball players of all time.
I mean, that's why I said depending on what we're talking about.
By the time we're doing another list, I don't know. So
top 100. By the time they do the top 100, how he started off, 4 years now, done made the playoff every single year. His winning percentage is there. His individual accolade is there. So yeah, he's in that lane to be a top 100, player of all time, of course. And then from there is just keep building. But I think sometimes the problem becomes when you compare them to the greats. I think what people tend to do is you compare the person at 23 to the person where you remember them the most. Right? So when people say, oh, he reminds me of Jordan, all you're thinking is 6 rings Jordan. That's all you can think of. You're not thinking about the age where they're comparing. He reminds me of Jordan. This might be the age, 23, right? So I think sometimes when people throw out certain names, no one ever asks the question, which years? Right? Because if you just say, oh, he reminds me of Kobe, everybody's going to think 81. They're going to be thinking the greatness of it, not the beginning of the person. Right? And that's why I say I always go with age. If this is a great list and these are the guys who made it, where does he line up? Is he on the same road? Is he behind? Is he in front? Right? If he's in the pack, he still has time. If he's behind, he still has time. He's in front. Keep running.
You do age and not years of service, like years played?
Yeah, I do age. Because what ends up happening now is
it's unfair to Jordan. Then.
Yeah, but I say Jordan came in at 20.
I'm saying because Anthony Edwards came in at 19.
Yeah.
This dude Jordan came in at 22.
Yeah.
21, about to be 22. So it's like at 22, this is where he is now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That Michael Jordan came into the fucking NBA terrorizing these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if we're comparing him where Jordan is at 23, where are you?
He ain't even on the fucking
Yeah,
level.
not even on
It
the
ain't even
level.
close.
Huh?
It ain't even close.
Jordan.
Better.
Who?
Hey, man.
Jordan averaged
If y'all doing
35.
He averaged 35, boy.
And
Yeah, you
where
yes.
he win at? He
now you wanna talk-
So who won? What has Anthony Edwards won?
Better. He went first.
What has he won though, Nick?
You're trying to take an individual versus
think.
a team.
What has he won?
MJ averaged 37.1
He
He's
averaged
per game.
37.
He averaged 30.
At the same
Boy,
age.
Finished second
Playing in
MVP
college.
voting.
he was second MVP
No, the
vote.
same age in the NBA.
But if you want to do that year, and he's 19 in the NBA and one is
Yeah,
in
but we're
college,
saying-
21 is in college, 21 one is in college.
Yeah, 23.
Okay, so
But now they were talking about the same 23-year-old.
You can't just
So
say,
all
oh, I'm
those-
averaging 27, I mean 37, but you're not winning. I don't give a
I'm
fuck.
saying at the same age,
not
where
winning.
is he compared to?
Neither is he.
But you're not
Where
winning.
is he compared to Magic Johnson at that age? Where is he compared to?
We want to know Magic was in college.
Magic, no, he came in at 19.
No, he went to Michigan.
Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State. For what, 3 years? They had to go to school for 3 years then.
So again, Magic Johnson came in out at 19. All right.
He did?
so
You don't even
Magic
win.
Johnson came in at a 19.
You should know
Okay.
that old shit.
Yeah, so Magic Johnson came in at 19.
You should know that old
So
shit.
when you're talking about 23, right? You know, you got 23. You compare. So I compare him where if we're gonna say top 5 or top 10, I go by age, right? Even if some of them came in, that means they had to work quicker, right? He has more, he has more leeway.
Of course.
So it's like, all right, he's in this mix, cool.
I dig it.
He's in this mix, cool.
So Magic came out of college at 19, was 20 when he started playing in the NBA. Give us one.
So you know. Your old ass is wrong too.
But like, yeah, it's just, I just.
Everybody didn't come out motherfucking 23 years old.
I didn't know that shit. I thought you had mandatory. No. Go to the Army, then come play.
No, Army nigga, that was a couple years before.
Had to go to the Army.
David Robinson did right there.
Dave Robinson on the
Yeah,
other
about
side,
that.
2 years of naval
Personal
service,
choice. That was a personal choice.
defending his country,
For real.
having to get
Yeah,
buckets
yeah,
over
like
the-
that's why I said.
No, wait.
Big
David
motherfucker
Robinson
didn't go
wanted
for
to
the.
to
He didn't
Army?
go to the Marines and no shit.
He went to the Navy.
He went to the Navy, boy. That big ass target,
But wait, he
boy, they would
wanted to
have
do
turned his
that.
ass away.
Damn.
I want to go
but
fight
that's
on
why
the front line. Nah, you ain't gonna be able to do
Okay, I
that,
know what you're
man.
talking
But
about.
that's why I said. That's why I said. When they named the trophy after Magic, people got to understand how important Magic was. When the merger come, he is the youngest draftee that they've ever had. Like when the leagues got together, he is the NBA's first child. He is the baby of the NBA. Fuck all that 60. He is the baby. Fuck all the people who came out of high school before him. When the NBA became everything, he is the baby of it.
Okay.
Ant-Man
He was the
currently-
face, the endorser of it, the 19-year-old nigga with the
How
smile.
long did Bird go to college for?
I think
3 years.
three.
Oh,
3
3
years.
years. That's what I thought.
And he came in 21, turned 22.
So Ant, 18 and 23 career playoff record, like we mentioned, back-to-back conference finals.
18 what?
18 and 23.
18 and 23 in his career in the postseason, but back-to-back conference finals appearance. So as Connolly mentioned, we saw Ant make an effort to expand his game and make himself a huge threat from three-point range. He shot a career-high 39.5% from distance, led the league with 320 made threes on the season. What's the next thing you want to see Ant-Man add to his game?
It might be too outdated. I wouldn't see why, but post-up game,
I'll
mid-post,
say that.
a place where you can see the double coming and you still got your dribble, right? That's still a
Keeping his
key
dribble.
important to being a dominant scorer, right? Where you can catch the ball somewhere close enough to be a threat, and you can see the double without already having the ball in motion, right?
Quick moves.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, you see the double coming, he can't see it. It's just, there needs to be a place where he can do damage without tiring himself out, right? So when you think about top tier elite scorers, when you talk about Jordans, when you talk about Kobe's, when you talk about these guys, even the Birds, right? Allen Iverson's, they played in the ISO realm too. Like as much as Allen Iverson ran around the court and you had to chase that motherfucker, he ISO'd your ass a little bit too. Right? So you have to have these different realms of being a scorer. Right? Even, when you talk about Kawhi ISOs you. He posts you up. He's gonna face you up and do all that. So I think he needs to implement a little bit of that because all it is the same moves just in a smaller spot.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you feel like Ant needs to add to his game to take that next step?
Playing without the ball, playing off the ball. Because once there's a blueprint, not during the regular season, but during the playoffs, that teams realize they could frustrate you and get you not to be aggressive, then that's what they're going to do. So he has to learn how to play off the ball. Catch a lot of catch and shoots, moving, putting guys in situations where they relax, back doors, different things like that. He's a lob threat, like just different things, man. You got to be able to play off the ball if I'm him. So,
do the Wolves need to upgrade at the point guard position to make that a more realistic?
Yeah, they got to get the ball out of his hand.
They got a young guard that's a problem because he's a natural scorer, got a quick shot, can shoot the ball. So,
I'm talking Dilly. Yeah.
Rob. And it's just, it's one of those things, man, where you're 23, you can use it as 23, or you can say, man, fuck the age. I want to get better today. And if that's the case, moving out the ball, you better call that Wardell, nigga. You better go call Wardell.
Yeah, who I think was influential on Ant taking more threes.
And say, hey, I don't give a fuck where you at. I'm staying with you, right? I'm coming. I can sleep in a guest house, and I want to train with you this summer, because as great as Curry is with the ball, he's just as dangerous without it. And a lot of people don't understand that part of his game, where when he gives it up and he's running around and he's cutting, he's backdooring, he's slashing, he becomes a full offensive threat. And that's what Ant-Man needs when he says move it out the ball.
And he has something that Steph don't. You can throw that bitch up to the rim, right? So that's
that
so that's the difference. So he has that element where he can catch and shoot, catch and post you up, catch and ISO you. Now it's a catch certain plays, now it's a fucking lob threat. So it's all of those things playing with off the ball that he can utilize, and I think it'll
just
fucking help
imagine him doing the Steph split. Boom, backdooring. Yeah. Who is ready for?
But that's the offense too.
I know, but who's ready for me setting the pick and then backdooring and now my jumping abilities right here, right? You don't see it coming.
Who's making that pass for them?
No, so that's why they got it.
That's what I'm saying. You
Rudy Gilbert.
Thank you. Randall,
shot clock.
Julius ain't doing that shit. See, that's a lot of that offense.
Oh man, heroes have no sense.
But I mean, Conley's over there. He was with us with the Wizards the whole time, so he knows the offense like the back of his hand. Same shit he had in Denver. He was in Denver first. That got, that group together. Now he's over here, so.
They ain't got no pass.
I know you ain't got no passer like that.
So, but safe to say he knows what he's doing.
Who that?
Tim Conley.
No, Tim knows his stuff, man. I've been around Tim. He knows his stuff. He'll look at that roster and he'll do what he has to and try to implement certain things and getting the young guy Rob into the lineup. I think it'd be key for them moving forward. Got Bones Highland over there who's a scorer, right? You can implement him.
Bones.
Yeah, so
I
don't get why they didn't use them. Man.
Like,
is there real? I don't know.
What's up?
But when you down 3-1, you would consider that desperation, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now I got a lineup that these motherfuckers done took apart, right? At some point, where does it say, you know what? We done watched every movie in America. They always put a motherfucker in nobody know about, and he go in there, change the game.
They tried that. The game they won, right, with that young fella.
Yeah, it's like, yo, Rob, boom.
Throw both of them in.
Go in, play hard, do what you guys do. Y'all got fucking 7 minutes.
Yeah,
Show me something.
They should have tried
Let
that.
these two, they don't have a game plan for these two out there.
And the other young boy they put
That's,
in
that's
Zero.
when they put him in, they won,
Shannon.
right? That's
Shannon.
that's the game they won,
like
right?
people don't understand. There's always someone on your bench that they haven't scouted that you can throw in. That's where players like Ginobili, Barrera, these guys came in that they were. It's hard to scout them. They're unpredictable. And all they need is 2-3 plays to make a coach called timeout, change his whole defense up.
T.J.
And that-
McConnell.
Huh?
T.J. McConnell.
Yep.
You're not game planning for him. He'll come out that motherfucker and score 9 1/4 on your ass.
Yep.
You know, you.
Now you got to switch high.
Yeah. So it's yes. Like, so this is what Gil is saying and what we are saying. Like, it's, you have to coach, man, each game, each series, each situation, each fucking half of a playoff match different. Each quarter is different. Each half is different. Each game is different. So you gotta treat it as such. You can't come into this shit with, I'm stuck in my ways and I'm gonna do it this way. You're gonna fucking lose. Unless you got fucking Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant over that motherfucker, you can throw that bitch out there and no matter what nobody else does, you ain't got a chance. Or you can throw, just if you don't have certain, you got to coach, man. And you have players over there that other teams not expecting to go out there motherfucking play, man, and throw them out there, give them opportunity, man. They NBA players for a reason.
They said a quick
I did not know they had bones.
3 minutes, 5 minutes change the series. Like we seen it in Indiana.
Cause he ain't played, that's all he got for you.
That's the Indiana we seen.
Hey, he ain't played, that's all he got for you for this motherfucking win. So hey, he gonna give it all 5 minutes of this shit. Hey, be over that motherfucking mouth gonna be white. Hey.
Yeah, Bone signed a 2-way contract with the Wolves back in February.
That's what I said, you got two dudes with quick triggers.
I'm about to say, what?
And he
got
destroyed the G
he
League
got
when they
cut
sent
from the
him down
Clippers,
there.
or they traded him?
Got traded, I believe, to the Hawks.
Oh.
Released him, and he ended up.
And the Hawks didn't use him?
It's a cold game. So before we move on, earlier in the show, we showed Kenya's partner pack. It was not accurate, so we were showing the updated partner pack to reflect.